Let's talk about something that can make or break your dating game, that all-important first date. Now the key here is presence, polish, and game rooted in respect and confidence. That's why in today's video, I'm gonna break down 10 of the best first date tips for all the men out there. From how to show up to how to carry the conversation, these are the small things that will make a big impact. Now if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any of all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Carlos Baxley, salute. Now to kick off our list of 10 of the best first date tips for the fellas, I've got one that's hugely important. The most important thing to do, you plan the date. You're the man, take the lead. One of the worst things you can do is when you're talking to a new woman and you're trying to decide where to go, you ask her, where do you want to go? She asks, I don't know, where do you want to go? That never works out. You see, women are attracted to a man who's decisive, thoughtful, and intentional. And when you plan the first date, it shows that you're confident, capable, and value her time. So here's what you do. When you first start talking to her, take note of some of the things she's interested in. Then you find a venue, plan it, choose the location and the reservation, call her and say, hey, I'm planning on doing this on a such and such day. I would love for you to join me. That's it. The great thing about the choice you make for the first date, it doesn't need to be expensive. Just make it smooth. Because when you plan the first date, it shows real leadership and confidence before the appetizers even hit the table. Now, next up on the list of the 10 things you need to do for that first date, please, before you walk out of the door, make sure you've groomed yourself properly. You see, the thing about grooming yourself properly, it's not about vanity. It's about self-respect. Respect for yourself and the woman you're meeting. Because a grown man, he's intentional. He pays attention to details. And when you groom yourself well for that first date, it sends a clear message. I'm here to put my best foot forward. Make sure you have clean nails, fresh breath, a fresh haircut, trim beard or facial hair, and a subtle cologne. These things speak volumes without you saying a word. They show that you're a man who takes pride in his appearance and doesn't leave things to chance. Being well-groomed isn't about impressing her. It's about making sure you're the best version of yourself. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you carry yourself like a man who's worth being remembered. Now, of course, next on our list, it goes hand in hand with being well-groomed. Make sure you're dressed well for the situation and the occasion. In my opinion, dressing well for the occasion is one of the most important steps a man should master for the date. And it's not just about style. It's about being situationally aware and intentional. And a man who shows up underdressed or overdressed sends the wrong message. Overdressed, it looks like you're trying too hard, but if you're underdressed, it makes it look like you're not trying at all. But a man who dresses with purpose, he stands out. It tells a woman, I paid attention, I thought this through, and I've come to make a great first impression. So whether it's a casual situation or a fancy dinner, match your vibe to the situation, but still add a little bit of your own personal flair. But don't go too far outside the box. If your dressy level is usually a 5, do a 7. If you're a 7, a 9. But make sure you dress well for the occasion. Fellas, if you're looking to go a little bit more in depth with your dating game, let me put you on to today's video sponsor, John Anthony and his Platinum Dating System. John Anthony is a former systems engineer at Lockheed Martin. He's built a dating system that's so precise, it's like he's solving missile defense. And we're not talking about things he's just read in the book. We're talking about real world experience. John approached tens of thousands of women in person and tens of thousands of more on dating apps. And he collected all this real world data, put it into the most optimized move in the dating game, and has helped thousands of men move to the top of the dating pool in their area, no matter where they started at. And many men have used John's system to break multi-year dry spells and oftentimes land the highest quality girl they've ever been with. Now, I've spoken to John Anthony personally, and he's extending an offer to the Style O.G family. Just click that link in the description or go to johnanthonylifestyle.com/OG and book a call with one of John's coaches. You'll get lethal feedback about your current dating and have an opportunity to work with John himself to exceed whatever you thought was possible in your dating game. So if you want to go real in depth and improve your dating game, click that link in the description or go to johnanthonylifestyle.com/OG. Now, dressing well for the occasion never goes out of style, and neither does this next tip. You want to make sure you be a gentleman. Now, in my opinion, a grown man is always a gentleman, no matter what anybody says or how much you think the times have changed. Being a gentleman is one of the best first impressions you can make on that date. Now, I don't care how much a woman says, I can take care of myself. I don't need a man to do anything for me. If she's into you, she wants you to be a gentleman. When we talk about simple, powerful moves, open a door, pull out a chair, saying please and thank you. It's not that hard, but women definitely take notice. When you're a gentleman on that date, it makes the woman feel valued and taken care of. It makes her feel seen and comfortable, something important because you're a stranger. It shows emotional intelligence, maturity, and a touch of class. You see, in a world full of guys who are trying to flex, a man who shows kindness, courtesy, confidence, and strength, he will always stand out. Be a gentleman. Now, next up is something I highly recommend guys do before the date even starts. Compile some good questions you can ask and ask them on the date. To me, the ability to ask good questions is very underrated, but very effective. And I'm not talking about surface level things. I'm talking about thoughtful, genuine questions that show you're actually curious and care to get to know who she is. But remember, it's a conversation, not an interview. The guy who asks thoughtful questions gives off confidence, emotional maturity, and true interest. Another great thing about implementing this tip, asking genuine questions takes a lot of the pressure off of you. It takes the pressure off of you feeling like you have to perform, and it shifts the focus to connecting, which the first date should be all about. See, women remember how you make them feel. And when you ask thoughtful questions, it's a great way to build comfort and trust. So if you want the conversation flowing, the connection to be a little deeper, make sure you ask genuine, thoughtful questions. Now, tying into asking great questions is this next great first date tip. Throughout the first date, please keep it light and positive. Keeping the tone light and positive is one of the smoothest moves you can make on the first date. Here's the thing, you're just trying to get to know each other. You're not trying to learn her deepest, darkest secrets in the first hour. But doesn't mean you don't want to have some depth in the conversation. But this isn't the time to talk about your job drama, your ex, or how the world is falling apart. Energy is contagious, and women are attracted to a man who can make them laugh, feel good, and enjoy the moment. When you dive too deep into religion, politics, and all the serious issues that are going on in the world, it makes the first date feel too heavy. Nobody's going to enjoy that. Keep the conversation light, positive, and flowing, and save the heavy stuff for later dates. Let your energy lead the way and keep it light and positive on the first date. Now, next up on the list of the 10 best first date tips, I have something that's nuanced but very effective. You want to make sure you compliment her, but respectfully. This is one of the best things you can do on a first date. You see, most women, they can tell the difference between a genuine compliment and a slick line. A well-spaced compliment about her energy, her smile, or her style shows you're paying attention without being overbearing. Keep it easy, simple, and don't overdo it. Don't focus on body parts. What you want to do is compliment the young lady in a way that uplifts her, not objectifies her. And this communicates confidence, emotional intelligence, and maturity. What you're doing here when you're complimenting her respectfully, you're not trying to impress her, you're trying to acknowledge her presence. And that subtle difference, it will make you stand out. Respectful compliments create a great deep connection, not pressure. Now, next up on the list, we have something that's very important. When you show up for that first date, be yourself, but the best version of yourself. You see, the problem here is a lot of guys on that first date put on a fake personality to impress, or they let it all hang out too easily. What you want to do instead, you want to carry yourself with authenticity and intention. That's the best version of you. The you that's polished, present, and proud. You don't need to fake a personality or a lifestyle you're not really living. Instead, lead with your own genuine strength. Be honest and grounded, and let your confidence shine through without unnecessary arrogance. You see, most of the time a woman, she isn't looking for perfect, she's looking for real, but real with a purpose. That balance is what makes you stand out. So when you show up for that date, don't just show up as you, but the best version of you. Now, next up, I have something that's highly important to do immediately as the date is ending. Make sure you thank her genuinely. I'm talking about showing genuine appreciation for her time, her energy, and her presence. In a world full of shallow connections and last-minute plans, a genuine thank you will make you stand out easily. It shows maturity, respect, and that you don't take it for granted. And when you say it like you mean it, not just to check a box. That you value the time and effort she put into this first date. In my opinion, gratitude is a grown man's disposition. There's nothing wrong with saying thank you and that you enjoyed yourself. And trust me, that genuine thank you will stick with her long after the date. This is how you lead with confidence and charisma. Now, next up, we have something a lot of guys drop the ball on, but I believe it's the cherry on top to a successful first date. Make sure you follow up. But I'm talking about following up thoughtfully, not blowing up her phone or just sending a text that says, had fun. I'm talking about following up with intention, with a phone call. Maybe referencing something that happened on the date or simply letting her know you had a great time. This shows you were present, you actually listened, and you value her more than just setting up your next move. You see that thoughtful follow-up? It shows maturity, genuine interest, and emotional intelligence, all traits she'll be attracted to. Traits that separate the boys from the grown men. So if you had a successful first date that you truly enjoyed, give her a call. It's the cherry on top to a well-executed first date. Okay, so there you have it. 10 of the best first date tips for the fellas. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comment section any first date tips you believe I left off that could be beneficial to the Style O.G family. And if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, I highly recommend you check out a recent video I did about some of the best places to meet women. You can check it out right here.